Hi, my name is Emma Kerezsi, and I'm 18 years old. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself and my life, beginning with a quote from one of my favorite artists, Taylor Swift. Life isn't about how to survive the storm, it's about how to dance in the rain. This is something that I use as a life lesson as things get hard for me, and it's helped me learn how to stay positive during difficult times. So, firstly, I grew up in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and I went to a small Catholic school until I reached fifth grade. That town will always be my home, and it's where I had my first T ball game. I learned how to dance, and I had my first dance class. And I made some of my best friends there. I was always surrounded by family members as we lived on a compound. We had our house with my family, and then my uncle lived next door, and my grandma lived right on the top of the hill in our little compound. And it was great to have the support of all my family all around me as I was growing up. And as I was going into sixth grade, my mom decided it was best for us to move to Sussex County, Delaware, which is where I currently live to this day. It was really hard for me to adapt to a new location and a new school and try and make new friends all at the age of 10. Honestly, I didn't know how to go from being in one place to a completely different place and have to start all over again. It was really hard for me. But during this time, I discovered new activities that I liked to do, such as going to the beach, since we were right by the beach, and in Pennsylvania I didn't have anything close by. I also liked listening to music, and this is when I started listening to Taylor Swift, and she became one of my favorite artists, and she still is, as I already stated. All of this helped me ease the transition into Delaware, and I was so young, and I was trying to make my way in a new place. I was actually finally able to see Taylor Swift this past year in her Eras tour, and that was amazing for me. Next, I later moved on to high school, and I started my first job at Paradise Grill, which was something that I really enjoyed. I've stayed in the restaurant industry so far as I'm in college, and I'm currently employed at Nicola Pizza in Lewis. This past year has been an emotional roller coaster for me and my family because at my high school graduation, my dad had a stroke, and since then, we have taken on the role of being his primary caregivers, and it's caused me to grow up a little bit faster than most people of my age. And I spent as much time as him as I could before he passed away. And it's not something a teenager would normally do, spend time with their parents all the time at age 18. But I knew I had to get as much time with him as I could. And I'm grateful for those who have been there for me. And it's taught me a lot about how time is precious. And something that has kept my mind off of this is my dog, Remy, who I brought home in July as an 8-week-old puppy. He is a golden retriever, and he's made my life feel so full since I've had him. And he's just the most playful dog, and I love him. And lastly, I am now in my second year of college at Delaware Tech, and I'm studying legal studies. And I hope to move on to law school later after obtaining my bachelor's degree with Delaware Tech. And it's always been my goal to become an attorney, and it's been one of my dreams. So far so good, and I hope that I will get there at some point. But all in all, thank you for your time, and I appreciate you listening.